Today I'm going to go over how to wind a manual wind Radiomir Panerai. So you see this is a manual wind watch. Here's your mainspring that sits inside this barrel here. As you turn the crown, it will turn this gear here, and then it will turn this barrel, and there's a mainspring that gets tighter and tighter and tighter inside there, which is basically your fuel to keep the watch running. So as you can see, the watch is not running at the moment. So how to properly do this? So the crown should be in the tight position. So what you do is you grab it with two fingers, you rotate counterclockwise, so back towards yourself, and nothing's fast, nothing's in a hurry, just very slowly unwind back towards you, and it should come out to this neutral position to where you can push it back and forth. If you've had the watch a while, or if it hasn't been serviced recently, sometimes you might just have to give it a little help just to get it out to that kind of first neutral position. So what you do here is, now you wind forward. So if you can hear that, so you're going to take the two fingers and you're going to wind slowly clockwise. You don't have to rotate it back, forth, backwards, forwards, any other direction, just clockwise. Just winding it forward. So I'll show you what that is doing. So on this watch, just like the PAM 112 then on the previous video, it's going to turn this gear here, which in turn is turning the mainspring inside of that barrel. So inside that barrel there's a, let's say a 2-foot spring, a little flat piece of metal that gets wound up, and so as you keep winding, just going to go forward and you just keep winding. So this is obviously reverse, so normally you would be winding it this way, but I'm just doing this so you can see exactly what it's doing. Maybe it might help you understand it a little bit better. So as you wind it, it just keeps getting tighter and tighter, and you keep going, and you'll start to get a little tension. Imagine the watch just flip back over, and as you're winding forward, you'll get a little kickback from this, the crown, as you wind forward, and as you go to let it go, to get another grip on it to go forward, it'll kind of slide back on you. You don't have to hold it. It's a little bit of tension on there. So you keep going, and sometimes you can go 40, 50 times. Sometimes it'll take 60, just depending on how much of a charge it already has on it. But you just keep winding, and you don't necessarily have to go all the way to the end. But if you do, as it starts kicking back at you, just go very, very slowly. You don't want to hit the end quickly. And if you do come to the end, it'll start getting tighter and tighter. As it gets to the end, when it does hit the end, you just stop. That's it. You don't force it. You don't continue to wind, because you will break the mainspring on the inside. There's a little hook on the end of the mainspring, and it's dragging on the inside of the barrel. Just another little clip, and that breaks, and then you need to get the mainspring replaced. So just remember, don't overwind the watch. Then once it's fully wound, you're going to take the crown, and what I do is I push it with two fingers and I roll it backwards a little bit, kind of like seating a jar, and then you roll it forward to get it to tighten down. And with the Radiomir case, you just go in and just till it's tight. You notice I didn't go extremely far on it, just tight enough. So that's how to wind a manual wind Panerai Radiomir.